Hello, welcome back. Sorry I have not been posting the videos I said I would. We've moved on to language paper 2. It is next Friday. I'm going to give you an extremely low-tech demonstration of the things to do, so bear with me. Sorry about the lack of, dazzle, but it's the information that's important. Here we go. So my advice, watch the news so you can see what is happening in the world. Look at what affects young people. The environment, young people's rights, fame, money, etc. What stories are out there about you? What should you possibly know something about? Can you drop in the name like Donald Trump and say, what's he doing for us? He's a maniac. He's a paranoid idiot. Why on earth is he in control of the entire planet? Have an opinion. Look at that link on there. Just Google AQA GCSE English language past papers and you will come up with the AQA site or Revision World. You can click through the last 10 years of papers and you can see the kind of questions that you will be asked. This one, for example, this is from 2024. The past is irrelevant to our generation and learning about it is a waste of time and effort. The future is an innovation, so that's where all our efforts should be directed. I've highlighted what are the key words. That's the first thing you should do. Look at the question, highlight the things that you would have an opinion about it. This is a particularly difficult one, but you can start generating ideas in your 5 minutes of planning for what is interesting stuff to fill paragraphs with. Have a think about it. This is a question about, do we need history? Do we need to know anything about the past when everything is in the future? So you write about the past, you write about what we've learned from the past, you write about what we desperately needed to learn from the past, like not starting wars, etc. And you look at the future. And innovation is good and innovation is bad. What's great about both sides of it? What's bad about both sides of it? Jot everything down, start writing. This is the structure that I would suggest. Why is there a problem? Write about all the ways that it's bad, as in ignoring the past or only relying on the past. Loads of examples. Write them out in sentences and say, all right, what does that make me think of? What does that make me think of? Include someone's personal experience. This is the anecdote part from A Forest, which you may recognize at the bottom of the page. You should have some way of knowing which techniques to include. How do we fix those problems and imagine the world when it's changed? There are 5 basic points, as well as the introduction and the conclusion, to give you prompts to follow, so you have a basic structure. A lot of people say, I just don't know how to put this together. Well, that's a method for you. Okay. In terms of A Forest, A is for anecdote, just talked about that. The most important one for me is emotive language. That means writing powerfully. Doesn't need to be crazy elaborate or like a story. It just needs to be powerful writing. You need to be saying things you believe in. Rhetorical questions are easy. Sentence variety, short sentence, long sentence. Emotive language I just talked about, and triples. It is outrageous, selfish and irresponsible for the government to act this way. That's a triple. You must include higher level punctuation. I don't have that written down here, but introduce a list. There are 3 things we must do to change this for the better. Colon. Stop spending money on nuclear weapons. Semicolon. Stop loaning money to, dangerous countries. Semicolon. Look after the poor. You can think of better examples, but if you introduce a list with a colon and separate out the phrases with a semicolon, you've done higher level punctuation. Okay. Rhetorical question has a question mark at the end of it. An exclamation, it could be amazing, exclamation mark, is an exclamation point. And so that is also higher level punctuation. That is pretty much it. You have 45 minutes to do this question, 5 minutes of planning. You have 55 minutes if you have extra time. I strongly, strongly recommend you do this paper backwards, because then you've done the higher level paper first, the high level question first. You don't come to it stressed at the end, having run out of time a little bit, and then you do question 4 and you've nearly passed the paper already if you do a decent job. Now, get a screenshot of this, take a photograph of this. This is the method for question 4. You do not read for 15 minutes the paper and the questions first. It's a waste of time. You're going to have to reread it when you do these questions. So read them when you need to. I say, do not read the text all in one go. Draw a line 1/3 of the way down text. Text A. Sorry, I've written the word full stop there. Get rid of that. You do it in thirds, okay? The texts are roughly 45 lines each. Draw a line where you think 15 lines is. It will be numbered. Do that. Write about the third of the text that you've just underlined. Look at the question, read the question carefully, describe what the person's point of view is about whatever the text is about. Find 2 quotes to back that up, and analyze them using proper language techniques, and then do the same for the first third of B. Then you do the middle third of A compared to the middle third of B, and the end versus the end. You have 24 minutes with normal time, half an hour with extra time. So 4 minutes per third and 5 minutes if you have extra time. That's it. Done.